recording the session so that other
Okay.
people who are going to watch this session later on would get the benefit as well. And
Okay.
welcome our dear friend Omobilane. She is there, which is really encouraging. And you need to talk to her, Victor, because her profile optimization is still pending with me. So just try to encourage her to find time for that, because one of our objectives when we spoke was in 2022. She's going to um, rock on LinkedIn, as I always say.
Hello.
Yeah, I know, busy lady, but yeah. Um, so let's try to work something out within the next 2-3 weeks, Omobilane, because when we start working on it, it will take some time. And
Yeah.
as ESG and sustainability is becoming the
It's a big deal.
buzzword, right? This is an
Yeah.
opportunity for us to capitalize
Yeah.
on that.
Okay.
Victor, there's someone in the room. If you can admit that person also.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay. Let's start right away.
Yeah. So let's start the session. Victor, over to you for introduction, and then we'll start the session.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Victor Lanio. I welcome you warmly to this session by the LinkedIn Academy of Nigeria towards the education of Nigerian professionals on the use of LinkedIn. And we have in-house our renowned LinkedIn coach, Hamad Siddiqui, based in Canada. He's held several sessions of the Academy's webinar, and today is another session. The last one was in February, the month of February. Today is another session. So over to you, Mr. Hamad.
Thank you very much, Victor. It's such a pleasure, always a pleasure to work with amazing Nigerian colleagues and help them in their journey, in their career journey, or be it a job search or building their own businesses or selling online. It's always a pleasure to talk to them. So, Victor, you rightly pointed out, is it going to be the same story around how to use LinkedIn, or what is new that I'm going to share today with you. Now, technically speaking, LinkedIn is a platform. It's evolving, and there are so many new things happening around LinkedIn every month or two. There are new tools, there are new features coming out. But most of us LinkedIn users, the number is growing from like 700,000 to we have crossed 800,000 already on LinkedIn. But how many of us actually learn LinkedIn? Learning means, how many tools there are, what is the use of those tools, at least basic use of those tools. How does it help us connect with the market? How does it help us to connect with opportunities, job opportunities? So I always call LinkedIn as an opportunity platform. A lot of people consider LinkedIn as a job portal, which is incorrect. LinkedIn is not a job portal. There is a feature within LinkedIn that can help you find direct job opportunities that are posted on LinkedIn's job feature, but there are multiple things that you can do on your LinkedIn. And one of the things that you can do is to brand yourself as a subject matter expert. So at least 2 people in front of me, they have been through my sessions, and I've worked with them, and they've worked with me. They still work with me, Victor as well as Omobilane. Very senior professionals. A lot of senior professionals think, do we really need LinkedIn? And now they do. Initially, of course, there is a confusion because you don't really know the potential. But once you know the potential, then you stick to it. And Victor, you have grown significantly on LinkedIn. So can you please quickly tell us when we started, how many followers or the connections you have, and how many followers and connections you have now?
Well, basically, I've been on LinkedIn since 2009, but I just realized along the line, I've been an inactive user. So last year, when I came into contact with Mr. Hamad Siddiqui through the Mecca CFO Academy, I realized that there were quite a lot of opportunities on LinkedIn that wasn't being leveraged on. by a lot of us users. That session, Mr. Hamad spoke to close to 52 CFOs from different parts of the world on the use of LinkedIn. And surprisingly, quite a number of us were ignorant about the potentials of LinkedIn. So since then, I reached out to him for a partnership to have that knowledge sharing among Nigerians too. And this is how we got to the LinkedIn Academy being set up. And today's webinar is the fallout of that. And also part of what I learned from interacting with Mr. Hamad Siddiqui was that quite a number of tips that he has introduced to me has assisted my growth on the platform. For example, when I started with him, my followership was about 700, and within a very short time, it doubled. He now also told me that I don't have to accept all invitations. I must accept invitations that add value to me, which is what I've been doing going forward. So but then I realized that the opportunities on LinkedIn are quite enormous, apart from networking, job search. Creating a brand on LinkedIn is also very important. And like what I also learned recently is that once you are a leader on LinkedIn, people will search for you. So thank you, Mr. Hamad. You have the floor.
No, you're welcome. Anybody who is in my community who learns from me then becomes part of my what we call executive coaching that I do. They become part of my LinkedIn mastermind group, and both Umubalane and Victor are part of it. And this is a very close community of about 50 people. So I keep recycling those people who are not that active. I take them out, and most active people then join in. And this very senior community actually learns from each other. But I would actually like to hear again, because the story Omubulane has is just amazing. The way her visibility increased just by one strategic post. Omubulane, if you're available, can you please quickly share that story of that post that you wrote? I only kind of tweaked it, and that actually skyrocketed the visibility, and people started talking to you immediately. If you're there, yeah, please.
Okay, thank you, Ahmad. Hello, everyone. Yes, I've been on LinkedIn for a while, and I've not been, like quite a number of people have not been active, and I won't even say I'm active right now. But with Victor and Ahmad's influence, I was encouraged to step up my game on LinkedIn. And I was clocking 13 years in my current job. So I decided to do a post. I engaged with Ahmad. He encouraged me. And I did a singular post which got, so on LinkedIn, you can see in some private mode, the number of views on your post. I got over 77,000 views. And in a few days, I got over 1,400 or about 1,005 thereabout in terms of reactions. So whether people are liking it or, clicking on those icons, reacting to it. I got close to 500 comments just on a single post. It was very transformational. Many people I've lost contact with over the years were able to reconnect. I also got invited onto about 5 different boards to serve on those boards just by way of that single post. I know that Ahmad has been encouraging me to move things up to the next level, and that's definitely what will happen. But it's very, very encouraging to know that if you understand how to use the platform, it's a door opener, and it's something that can help you. Either you're a business person, whether you're just starting up or you have an established organization as an entrepreneur, or even in your career. There's so many areas apart from that visibility that you get. It also helps you to be able to understand how to relate what matters and what will help your business in terms of growth. It has really, really been a delightful experience for me. So no matter how busy I am, I'm recommitting.
Yes,
Know,
I know. Like
moving
what I
things
tell
forward.
people usually, they see you are, and I appreciate it because I've been there, done that, is that in that position where you are, there are so many moving parts of your
Yeah.
job, right? You're on boards, you are managing one of the largest banks, sustainability project in Nigeria. You are speaking on various events. You're actually doing quite a few things. Uh, and it is often challenging to take time out for social media. But what I suggest to everyone, if Omobulane can do it, you all can do it too. Or if Victor can do it, you all can do it too. And there has to be a strategy behind it. So, think about it. There was an event, a great event, 13 years in a position, and she actually, in her post, appreciated every moment of success and challenges in that post. And that post skyrocketed, 500 comments. I haven't got 500 comments on my few posts that I did, yeah, but I am an active, real active user. Now, what happens? Anybody, Victor, you take in charge of everybody who is now coming in, please. So just keep adding, because I'm now starting the whole session. So I usually have a PowerPoint presentation which I share with participants, but today I have something different. I'm going to share live screens with you, and in that live screens, I'm going to share the possibilities that you may be missing on. And based on that, you can decide what you want to do with your LinkedIn. Um, Ultimately, what I say is that if you want to sell something, which could be your services, which could be your professional experience, which could be content, which could be digital products, anything that you want to sell, you have to be out there and be seen. So if you have a profile, and if you have a profile which you think is an active profile because you have one, that may not be the right thing. An active profile is where user is regularly adding content, engaging with other people, and building a momentum for others to look at the profile. And ultimately, when Omobulane got these 5 board invitation to sit on 5 boards, that was a result of those comments that were there. Because anybody commenting on your post is actually making you visible to his or her community, and you do vice versa. It's a game of collaboration, and the collaboration is when Victor comments on my post, I would actually go back and comment on his post. It goes this way. So the community building part of it is really important. And when I talk about community building part, it means that if you are in the area of, like for Victor, for instance, he is in the financial management and social media marketing. That's what he does. If he has a lot of engineers, for instance, in his community, his community becomes irrelevant, because that's not the community that he should be looking at. Now, I don't say that you must not have any engineer in your community, but you should not really be focusing on developing that level of connection. You should be very relevant in your targeting. So what happens when you create a LinkedIn profile? You create it because everybody is creating one, and you really don't know, because you've created Facebook accounts, you've created Instagram account, you've got probably a Pinterest account or Snapchat account. You probably have some of those, and there is no training required. How do you use it? Because ultimately, if you have a Facebook account, even a Facebook page or a group, how many people are actually trying to make money off it or build a professional career of it? Very few. But on LinkedIn, those 810 million people are all professionals. They are the people who can, please mute yourself on, yeah, thanks, who are either learning or looking for jobs or offering jobs or want to buy products or services. These are the 4 categories, general categories of people. Then there are different categories of influencers. So somebody who has even 500 connections is an influencer because that's his or her community, right? Those 500 people are connected to one person, that is the community. Or somebody like me who has almost 70,000 plus network, I have a community. So if I want to connect with someone in Bucharest, for instance, or in UK, or as far as Papua New Guinea, I would still be able to do it because that's the network that I have. So wherever your community is, you have to build it with the relevance. For me, I'm a LinkedIn coach. For me, everybody on LinkedIn is my potential client or my community. So for me, even at times, I feel that I'm actually accepting some invites that I shouldn't be accepting, but I'm being very careful lately, at least. And this is what I say: build your community which is relevant to you. Build your community which is going to take help from you, because once you start helping your community, then you get recognition. Then you hit the top of the pyramid where people will spot you, somebody who is out there and he or she is um, either putting out great content which is helping us, or videos, or kind of in so I get a lot of inboxes in mails, and I would always respond, and excuse my language, but I sometimes say jokingly, I would respond to every shittiest in mail, because I don't know whether this person is saying something. Sometimes people actually send me in mails in different languages, so I don't know French, I don't know Arabic, but I would always go in English and tell them, okay, can you please translate it into English language so that I could respond. So all that is helping people. Maybe my one word may help somebody do something, and that one word will then brings uh, a client to me. So help people so that you stand out. That should be your aim, and this is how you should build your communities. Um, Now, using LinkedIn as a platform, one of the misconceptions that we have is that we are on LinkedIn, everything will happen. No, it does not happen that way. You are on a platform, but is your profile searchable? Uh, are people discovering your company page, or joining your group? What is happening around that, and are we using those tools that are available? So if we do take a deeper dive into LinkedIn, and so Victor, this is a question that I'm going to put out to everyone, and you don't have to respond to it, Victor, because you already have a response. Let other people try it. So what you can do, anybody wants to respond to it, you can actually use the chat box, or maybe I can create a quick poll. I can create a quick poll, maybe. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So let's see if I could play this. Okay. So now quickly respond to these questions, and we'll see how do you feel. How many features LinkedIn profile has? So we have 20 features, 30 features, I don't know, 100 features, 50 features. And be as authentic as you can, because ultimately we will learn it, right? So quick. Another 50 seconds. Quick, only 10 people have responded. 11. Come on. Quick. Another 20 seconds to go. Quick. Okay, I'm ending the poll. So can you see? Victor, do you see the results? You're on mute. You're on mute, Victor.
Okay.
Can you see the result?
1 minute, let me just.
Is it on your screen?
It's not, it disappeared. Once you ended it, I walked out.
Oh, okay. Can you see it now?
I can see it. Yes, I can see it.
All right. So as you can see, 73% people really don't know how many features there are. Now, what does it mean? It means that if we have a tool and we really don't know how to use that tool will not help us, right? If I have a cell phone and I don't know how to dial a number or how to use WhatsApp or how to use any other application, that cell phone, regardless of how expensive that phone is useless for me. And this is exactly what I see whenever I speak to a community about LinkedIn. Almost 70 to 80% people really do not understand how LinkedIn works, and at times more. So the first thing first, let's start exploring what LinkedIn can do for us. And if we take a deeper dive, there are 55 features in a LinkedIn profile, in a simple, plain LinkedIn profile. 55 things you can do. 55. Think about it. And we even like Victor and me, we both are pretty active users. Even we don't use LinkedIn at a fullest potential. We probably use about 20 odd features. There are 55, so we can actually use 30 more features or 35 more features on a LinkedIn profile. Which means that if we are not optimally utilizing something, we will not get the optimal output or optimal result. Very simple. It's no rocket science. Okay, so if you have if you're cooking something and you put your food on burner and your flame is too low or heat is too low, it will take a very long time to cook, or it may not cook, right? If the pressure is not right, your airplane will not take off. So just keep these examples in your mind while you are looking at LinkedIn as a potential or an opportunity platform. So I'm going to share, Victor, now a few things, and it's going to be a live live from my profile, and then we'll take a few questions, because this is an awareness session. We wanted to create an awareness about what LinkedIn can do for you, and it's going to be a little investment into yourself, basically, and the best investment you can make is in yourself, right? Because that will actually create the real impact. So bear with me. I'm going to share with you my LinkedIn, and we'll jump on to a few interesting things. And by the way, what I have started, you probably have noticed, Victor, I've started a full series of short video lectures for anybody who, like, in this community, we are like, how many people? 20. If you exclude me, you and Mobulane, there are about 21 people who are here. But what I have on my YouTube channel is so far about 13 videos talking about different aspects of how LinkedIn can be used. So anybody interested, and I'll share that YouTube link with you, so anybody can go and subscribe to my channel. My ambition, by the way, and as Victor, I'm very ambitious, is to put out 30 videos in 30 days. So far, so good. I've got, I think, about 13, 14 videos already out there, another 50% to achieve. But the ambition is people should know what their potential is. And, that will be the starting point for anyone who is really interested. So now I think you can see my screen. Yeah. Yes, Victor. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So first thing first, your LinkedIn profile health check. And I would always tell about it because unless I don't know how healthy my LinkedIn is, I can't really do anything. So click on your picture, click on view profile, scroll down. And here you will see search appearances, because LinkedIn is a search engine. So people will come to your profile by searching for something, yeah? New connections. So in the period of 8 March to 15 March, and this is the data that LinkedIn provides. We don't have to do anything. 1 week data, uh, my search appearances are 17, 11. So 1711 times my profile was searched or appeared in search. And the keywords that I've targeted are coach, trainer, chief executive officer, career coach, and instructor. So if you see, out of these five, four are directly related to my profession. This actually tells me how effective my LinkedIn profile is. And if you see, at least, some of the names you would probably know: Cranfield University, Deloitte, Prince Mohammed bin Sulaiman College of, this is a Saudi, very large Saudi college, and EY. So people working in these organizations actually landed on my profile, and that's how uh, I get my business. Another thing is, it's called, so this is the search bar. Now, how many times do you actually use search bar? A lot of people don't, because they just go and scroll on feed and maybe occasionally like something or maybe make a comment, and that's about it. This search bar is the gold mine. That is the gold mine. So if I am looking for a sustainability expert, and if I say, okay, I'm looking for people who are in sustainability, look at the number. I've got these many people on LinkedIn who are in sustainability globally. Now I say, okay, no, I actually want to look for someone in Nigeria. I've got 7,700 people under sustainability in Nigeria. Just think about it. Okay. And if I want to kind of filter, because at times, because I've got a big community, I would not remember how many are my first degree connections. I would just go, and you can see Mobulane is at number 1, and Victor and all these people. So I've got like 6 people. So if I have to find one person and talk to one person about sustainability in Nigeria, I've got 6 people who can actually help me. Yeah. And this is how your community works. This is what the potential for anyone really is. Now, if I say, okay, now I want to really connect with some new people. I mean, they already know me, but I really want to connect with new people. We'll just go there, and I've got 692 people who are under sustainability, who do not know me, but they are the people I can connect with. And based on, like, this is an ESG guy, sustainability, community affairs manager, Coca-Cola. So if I want to like connect with this person, I can actually write a little note to this person and connect with her. And that will help me create my own community. Another thing which is like, heavily neglected is, when you're building your community, you should, well, you can either build your community or be part of one, right? Building a community takes time, but if you're part of one, this is the starting point for you to build your community. So if you hit events, now globally, there are 919 events happening around sustainability. And think about it. This event has 1,400 followers, 1,400 attendees. This event has 661 attendees, and 4,000 attendees. Um, Now think about this on 28th of April. So if you are not using this feature, are you not missing out on a great opportunity to connect and build your community and be part of a community? Obviously you are, because now anybody who is in sustainability would go to this event, right? Somebody who is not in sustainability would not have interest, right? So this is how you target on LinkedIn. This is how you build your community. This is how you do business. You find job opportunities, influencing opportunities, board positions. First thing first, present yourself, which means an optimized, searchable LinkedIn profile, targeted, relevant content, and network. Combination of this is going to help you. So um, I've done my presentation. If there are any questions, we'll have another 5 to 10 minutes to respond to those questions. Victor, over to you for moderation.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ahmad, for your insightful presentation. So I'd like to start. Who has a question? Kindly indicate by raising your hand, and I'll call your name to ask your question. Anybody? Okay, let me.
Christina, I think she wants to.
Christine, do you have a question?
Hello. No, I actually joined late. Not quite long I joined. I was in another meeting.
Okay.
So at the moment, I don't have a question. I'm trying to listen to follow up with
the
presentation.
Yeah, you will be able to get
you.
a recording.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask a question, Mr. Matt. A lot of people believe that being on LinkedIn has to do with large followership, just like Facebook or Instagram. But I realized that the quality of followership on LinkedIn is quite different. For one to have effective brand positioning on LinkedIn. So how would you advise a participant on LinkedIn to achieve that goal of having connections that are of value to him or her? Do I need to accept everybody as my connection or what?
Right. So as I said earlier also that, the quality of your profile will be determined based on the quality of connections you have and how relevant your connections are. Ultimately, we are working with LinkedIn's algorithm, and we have to tell LinkedIn's algorithm, this is our interest. So again, as we are talking about sustainability, our interest in ESG, sustainability, development goals, or whatever sustainability goals we have, people talking about that are our target. We actually want to work with them. We want to connect with them. So keep your network relevant and clean. And clean means accept invites that are valuable for you, and if you are valuable to them also, and within your own specific field or range of field which falls within your specific area. If you're going to spread yourself too thin, you're not going to create an impact, and then when you start when you want to remove those connections, that exercise is so painful. I'm actually doing it at the moment, and because I've got first degree connections already 27,000 plus. If I remove 10 connections every day, I have to find first of all those irrelevant connections, 10 connections. It will take me ages to clean it up, if you're even looking at few thousand connections. So because most of you, as I assume, are kind of just starting your exploration on LinkedIn, you really need to keep your profile clean.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ahmad. So, Madam Chigo, you have the floor. Kindly ask your question.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for this presentation of LinkedIn. I have a couple of questions. First, how do you build thought leadership in your sector on LinkedIn? Second question. So LinkedIn does offer courses. LinkedIn Learning. Can you say a few words about LinkedIn Learning? And third, with regards to being verified on Instagram, we call it verification, but being recommended for certain skills. How do you go about doing this without, being dishonest about asking your friends to sort of like verify me for Microsoft or PowerPoint? Thanks.
Thank you very much. So I'll take the second question first about LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning, if you see, there are about 16,000 courses as far as my memory goes. And some of those courses are just like too basic. So the course on LinkedIn, for example, that teaches you how to use LinkedIn is 45 minutes course online, live, which actually only tells you how to create a LinkedIn profile. Now, just think about it. Like, your 8th grader can actually create a LinkedIn profile because it's no rocket science. If a course actually helps you do something productively, then that's a good course. Now, Victor and Umubulani has both taken my longer version of courses. Those were like intense, like you're actually working with me for 6 to 8 hours and actually doing assignments and actually doing group sessions, breakout sessions in a course. So a structured course is what you need, but basic information, that is available. A lot of time, basic tutorials are available for free on YouTube also. So the way I would say is that, every information has certain value. You have to assess whether that value is good enough for you or not, or you may need something more meaningful. So that's your second question. The first question is, let me take the third question now, which is the endorsement. People will know whether you're lying or not. People are very smart. Okay. So if you get endorsement for something and then you start building those conversations and somebody reaches out to you, you fumble. People would know. I say I'm a LinkedIn coach. If I fumble, you would know like this, right? And you say, it's just making us fool. He doesn't know anything. But at the same time, there may be something that I would not know, right? So at that point, I have to be very honest. Okay, I really don't know anything about it or something about it. Let me find out. Because I mean, in my experience, I taught at university level also. You don't have all the answers, right? No matter how expert you are. But you should know where to find those answers from. So that's your third question. Your first question is thought leadership. So that one question can take me few hours of conversation with you, which means I need to find out exactly what you mean by thought leadership. Now, if you think so, if I put myself into your shoes and try to explain it the way I am experiencing it, the first thing is that if you are really skillful in doing something, or you have knowledge about that one subject or product or set of subjects, and you start building conversations around it. LinkedIn is all about building conversations. People would know. Like literally, I'm telling you, people connect with me from all over the world just to learn from me. And it took me. So when I started, so I've got a 35 years of corporate career. I'm an economist by degree. LinkedIn is my passion. And I've been coaching LinkedIn for 10 years now, well, more than 10 years. And I only started like coaching commercially and started my online course and executive coaching and consulting 2 years ago when I moved to Canada. So I moved to Canada 3 years ago, and 2 years ago I started that. Before that, I was already working with this US organization. So it took me time. I mean, it took me about 6 months of consistent efforts to not to start building my business, because I was getting business anyways, because there is a need for it, but start building that momentum where people would actually start calling me something. So my branding is Global LinkedIn Coach. it's all about how do you want to brand yourself. That's the basic. So when I said, it could be a 2 hour long conversation with you. How do you want to be kind of brand yourself in which category as a thought leader is a lot of work, consistent and very targeted work. And it happens. Victor talked about this gentleman, Salim Sufi, Mecca Academy. He's been running this academy for, I think, 8-9 years now. He's he's globally recognized as a financial sector leadership coach, and there are many. So thought leadership, you need to know what you're talking about, and you need to have a community that would actually recognize you as a thought leader. So long answer to your short question is you have to have a strategy and implement that strategy. There is one more question.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Let's have the other person. Mrs. Akimoladun, can we have your question, please?
Thank you very much, Victor and Hamad, for this. I've been a very passive user of LinkedIn, but recently I decided to try it out in my recruitment exercise. And I can tell you that it was an interesting one, was exciting. On that note, but then one of the reasons I haven't really launched out on LinkedIn is on the challenge of security. It's not easy for people to put up their profile there, and then that thing for you to be sure that they're real, not just that they're real people, but that they are honest people that you can do business with. For me, that's I'm being very, very careful. So the question is, how do we secure ourselves, or how does LinkedIn help the community of users to have that confidence that they are secured and they're not going to be having phishing, or they're not going to be having scammers reaching out to them and on and on. Right. I hardly accept people I don't know.
Right. That's okay. I mean, to me, I haven't experienced anything like that. So there will be scammers. There will be people selling Bitcoin. You have to be smart enough to identify those people and don't connect with them. You can keep your profile settings in a way that maximum your second degree connections could see your profile. But if you're on social media and you don't want to be seen, then there's no point on being social media, frankly speaking. Some people are very careful about it. Like, I'm friends with a gentleman who works with a government agency in Ottawa. He has a profile, but he doesn't connect with anyone. And my question was, why do you even have a profile then if you don't connect with anyone? So if you are in recruitment business, then LinkedIn is. Do you use, by the way, LinkedIn recruiter tool?
Yeah, Mrs. Akimoladun.
Yes.
Okay.
You use LinkedIn recruiter tool. Now, if you use LinkedIn recruiter tool, I don't know which version do you use, but anyways, if your profile is hidden, then I would imagine that people you want to reach out to, on LinkedIn recruiter will not respond to you, because for them you are a scammer probably, because your profile is not visible. So I would say it's a thin line. It's a thin line, but frankly speaking, I haven't got anything that actually worried me, and I've got a huge network. As I said, 49,000 plus followers, as well as over 27,000 first degree connections. LinkedIn has only benefited me, and for some people, so if somebody's selling you something, and so yeah, let me give you an example. If somebody reaches out to me saying that I've got a job opportunity for you, I apply. I would first think, okay, whether I applied for the job, that's going to be my first question. Because second question is that I would go and see that person's profile, whether this person has 10 followers or 10,000 followers. And based on that, I will make my decision whether I would continue my conversation with this person or not. And there could be multiple things that one can do to protect him or herself. There are phone scams, there are credit card scams, everything happens in this world. We just have to be a little bit more careful. So, Victor, we are reaching to our timeline.
Yeah,
and
we have 8 minutes more to go.
We'll probably take one more question if there is
any other question. Okay, I just want to highlight, you mentioned the recruiter's bits, which Mrs. Makimola also explained. But you know, in a previous session, you talked about that lady that came to Canada and wanted a job, and she doesn't speak English. Well, she's new in that environment, and she now approached you for the job search. And using LinkedIn Recruiter, you're able to locate a community where she could relate with and also get a job. I don't know if you can share that story briefly with us again.
Yeah, so I mean, so she came here and she wanted to, obviously, you know, you come here and you look for a job, and the market is very different to whatever the market is in your home countries or in our home countries. We don't really know people. We don't really understand how the market works. So she came to me, and I started building her profile, and it didn't work, to be very frank. And it didn't work because there was a profile, but she was not active, so she was not building her network. She was not connecting with the right people. But anyways, she came back to me saying, you know, if I could help her. I said, you know, of course I can, but the thing is that, of course, this will take my time, and there will be a little fee for it. She was ready to pay that fees. Within 2 weeks, she got her first interview call. She got the job. Now, what had happened? You know, if I know I can connect with someone who is relevant to me, in that case, that one person that started talking to her was from the same country. So, you know, it's human nature, right? We like to speak to the same communities, the same language. We like to eat the same food. You know, people come here from all over the world in Canada, and they were still looking for their own kind of food, right? You know, the Indians come here, and Indians in Pakistan, they would look for Indian food stores, right? You know, Syrians come and they go for their baklavas and stuff. So the thing is that, you know, this is human nature. This is nothing wrong with it. And being relevant, regardless of wherever you are, is the most important thing. And you know, the world is out there, and I'm sitting in Canada. I've got clients, for instance, in Nigeria. I've got clients in the US. I've got clients in UK. I've got clients in Switzerland, Dubai, Saudi, Qatar, India, Pakistan. I mean, they're not the people who have actually met me personally. Like Victor and Mobulane have not met me personally, right? But they had a need, and I could serve their need, and that's how this relationship started. So with that, Victor, thank you very much for everyone, by the way, to join, who was able to join in today. Amazing community. I always love talking to people who are there to listen and who are there to help them build their professional capabilities. This video, I'm going to share the link with Victor. And Victor, you can share it with everyone who wants to kind of watch it again. My next executive coaching starts in April. So if anybody is interested, you can contact Victor for that. Or if anybody is interested in joining in the online course, which is also available, Victor has the link. And it's an online course, so you can read in your own sweet time, and you know, build your profile to a level whereby you outshine in the competition out there. So thank you very much, Victor, for your time. It's always a pleasure. Hopefully we'll do the next session for for a new community, and some of you, if you would like to join in. And by that time, I'm sure some of you would have taken the course and have already excelled in your journey on LinkedIn. It's going to be towards the end of April or early May. So with that, thank you very much, Victor, for your time and for organizing this wonderful opportunity for me to speak and share the potential of LinkedIn with our Nigerian friends.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ahmad. And to each and every participant, I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to share in this, to partake in this knowledge session. And we can always take the conversation to further the conversation in subsequent webinars or either the course. So if you're interested, you can reach out to me either on LinkedIn, and I'll present you with what it entails. But basically, LinkedIn Nigeria is set up to equip professionals having knowledge on the use of LinkedIn. And we also assist with profile optimization, both for organizations and also professional bodies and individuals. So with this little contribution towards the development of LinkedIn among professionals. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.